Hi, and welcome to AZ Leaders on Board. AZ Leaders on Board is a new online board matching program that serves the entire state of Arizona. This program was started by Flinn Foundation, Vitalist Health Foundation, and Hands on Greater Phoenix. It was designed to connect community members who are interested in board service with local boards in need. This tool is totally free for any nonprofits to use in the whole state of Arizona, and it's also free for any interested community members. I'm going to give a little bit of a breakdown of the website, what all you can find here, and a tutorial of what the experience is like from the board perspective. Okay, so here's the home page. And when you go to azleaders.org, you'll see here that nonprofits and prospective board members have an option to register for an account or log directly into their dashboard if they are already registered. So you'll decide what you want to do based on where you're at. We also have an about page which explains a little bit more about what AZ Leaders on Board is designed to do. And if you're prospective board members, there are resources here, trainings, certain things that are free and some that are not free, but different resources that are available for board prospects to use. We also have an FAQ section, which is designed to help people with certain parts of the process. So, how to register, how to search for and apply for boards, accept and decline opportunities, archiving profiles, and things like that. Okay, so if I'm a brand new board prospect and I'm interested in looking for a new board position, I'll first go to prospective board members section, register for an account, which you can do that right here, or you can also go up to the top and say where it says login register and click on that. If you're not a member yet, you'll register here. You'll click on this and it's going to take you to this area where you're going to put your first name, last name, email, password, all of that good stuff. You're going to hit submit. It's going to send you a verification email at that point, which you'll log into your email that you used to sign up with, confirm that your email address is correct, and then it will take you to a board member application. So, the board application I'm going to go ahead and log into one of my accounts, one of my test accounts here. So you log in here, and I will give you all a breakdown of what the application looks like. So after you have created an account, the system's going to prompt you to fill out an application. So before you actually go to the dashboard, this is what you'll see. The application that looks like this, it says update profile. So this is all of the stuff that you'll be asked to complete when you are filling out your application. So it asks you for your name, preferred contact method, all of this kind of thing. It does ask you for your home address. However, that address is not, as you can see here, we have notes that explain what certain things do. So the home address is only for internal purposes, and organizations will not be able to publicly see that. They're only going to be able to see your city, state, and zip code. You'll enter your employer details. You'll choose which industry you're in here, and we have various options right here. And if you want to put their address in, you can. We also have a section here for demographics. We have a little disclaimer right here that says demographic identifier statement of purpose. Most nonprofit boards strive to build and maintain diversity around skill set, experience, and demographics. To support these efforts, we provide the following options for organizations to capture demographic information. The data gathered is used solely for board composition analysis and will not be used to make decisions about an individual's qualifications or eligibility to serve. So here it's going to ask you a series of questions about your demographics. You'll select what your generation is, and all of these are optional too. So you can say prefer not to answer or no preference, or if you're comfortable answering it, you can go ahead and do that. Same thing with all of these. Race, you can select prefer not to answer, gender, sexual orientation, veteran status, disability status, religious affiliation, and if there's anything else you would like to share, you can put that here. The next section will ask about your volunteer experience. So here it's going to ask you if what your um, past has been. Have you served on boards before? What other kinds of things have you participated in? So you can go ahead and you'll fill all of that out here. This is an important section right here. It says impact area preferences. So this is what you're going to select based on your personal preferences. So what are you passionate about? What kind of boards and organizations do you want to work with? And there's a lot of options here. So if you're passionate about immigrant services, you could click that, LGBTQ plus, all of these different things, veterans, military, women's services. You can select as many as you like here. And skills is the section where you're going to put your own unique skills that you can contribute to a board. So you'll read through these. Maybe you have an HR background, fundraising, those kinds of things. You can select those. And there's a section if there's anything you feel like was missing that you want to add. The last section is attributes. So you can check as many of these as you would like, but you will go through and you'll read and decide, what feels like you. Click these and go through, adding anything else that you think didn't quite make it there that you want to put on. And then most boards have a responsibility to help raise funds. So this just talks about the fundraising component of serving on a board, gives a little blurb here about that expectation, and it'll ask you what's your level of comfort with this expectation. Write that in here. You have the ability you'll want to attach your resume. So just upload your most current resume here. And if you want, this part is optional, but you can link to your LinkedIn profile for the organizations to see. Right here is an archive checkbox, which you can click if you don't want your profile to show up to nonprofits who are looking. So if you don't want your profile to be public, then you would click this checkbox on. But if you do want people to be able to search for you and invite you to apply for their board positions, please make sure it is checked off. Okay, and then you're going to hit update. And that's good. And when you're registering, it will say submit your application. And at that point, when you've completed all of these details, it sends your application to me. I review the application and I will approve or deny it based on the information that was input. Once it's approved, you'll get an email telling you your application has now been approved and you can start looking for open board opportunities. So once you get that email, you can go ahead and log in to your dashboard, and now it's going to look more like this. It'll have all these at the top and you'll see my dashboard here. If you want to change anything on your profile, you can do that here. We'll have different sections that I'm going to go through and explain. So recommended positions. This is the part of the Arizona Leaders on Board tool that's really nice because this is the matching algorithm piece. So based on what you submitted in your profile, whether you put what your passions were, so if you were interested in immigration, things like that, depending on what the organization put in that they are involved with and their impact area is and any demographic information they may be looking to prioritize. Maybe they would like to have younger folks join their board, maybe certain experiences or backgrounds like legal skills or HR, stuff like that. And it's going to the algorithm will pull the top matches for you specifically based on what the organization put in and what you put in. And that's going to come up here and show you what works best with the match points. So it will give you your top choices here in the section. You can see the details. If you want to click on one, you'll hit view details. Here you can read all about the board position, what they're looking for, the give and the get requirements, how often they meet, all of those things. And if you like it and you would like to apply, then you go here and you hit apply and confirm you want to apply, and it will send the organization an email letting them know that you have applied to their position, and it will ask them to log in on their dashboard, review your profile, and either invite you to apply or decline and say, oh, we're maybe looking for something else. So that is one way to find a board position. And if you go back to your dashboard, we have other sections as well. So once you have applied for something, if you submitted apply on any of these board positions, they will show up now here under my application section. It's going to tell you the organization name, the day you applied, and the status of it, of your application. So if you match with a board and you go through the hiring, the kind of the onboarding process and everything like that, and you guys decide you're both a good fit for each other, and they come back in and they mark you as matched, now you are matched, your status is updated, and the board position for that organization gets archived, and now you just start your new board service role. If you're still chatting with the person or you just filled out the application, it'll stay here in this inquiry status until either the organization marks your application as matched or unmatched. And here for invitations, simultaneously, nonprofit organizations and other organizations who use this tool in the future will be able to review your profile and invite you. So the same way that you're able to apply to a nonprofit position, people are also able to review your profile and invite you to apply. So if a nonprofit sees your profile and they like what they see, they can hit a option to say invite to apply, and it will send you an email, and you can review that board position now and decide whether or not you want to apply for it or decline the invitation. And those are all going to show up here under the My Invitation section. Now here in this section, it's all open board positions. So if you don't see anything here and you're recommended that you're really interested in, or you just want to see what else is available, you can see everything that's posted and currently live here in open board positions. So you'll be able to see the impact area, the city that they are located, all of these nice things here, and you can click on any of these if you see one you like to review it the same way you view the other one. Just look at the board position. All of this good stuff will be here, and you decide if you want to apply or not. So that is another way to look for board positions. We also have this really helpful filter option. So if you were, say you're particularly, you have legal experience and you want to look for board opportunities that need legal experience, you can click on that and sort by just those filters and see what comes up and see who might be needing somebody with your skills. There is also the ability to sort by city, so you can organize that like by clicking here, and you can see here if you're Tucson based or any other areas. And if you wanted to take that filter off, there's even more. So it'll sort it for you like this. And you can kind of scroll through and see where everything is. There are also lots of remote positions, so that's something to keep an eye out for as well. All right. Oh, and then here's again, yes, any like demographic information. If you are looking for somebody who is maybe more open to a younger board members, maybe who don't have as much, maybe they're open to more people with less experience than some of the older generations, you can click Gen Z, can see here which ones are looking for that. So it's a very nice, helpful tool. And this is where you're going to go to your dashboard to keep track of everything that you're doing. And you just want to make sure you log in every once in a while. If you get an email, keep an eye on your email to make sure that you're updating the organizations. If anyone asks you to apply for their position, you're going to want to go in and make sure you let them know. And just always log back in and check, because people are often posting new opportunities every week. So there might be, even if you don't see something this time that you've logged in, there might be something next week or in the next month. So definitely recommend setting a reminder on your calendar or just keeping an eye on your email for newsletters and those things to give you a reminder to log in and see what is new and exciting on AZ Leaders on Board. So that is what we've got here. Again, here's our resources tab with FAQ guides, which we're constantly updating. Um, and yeah, that is what it will look like from the board prospect side. And I'm going to do another video that will show what the experience is like from the organization's perspective. Thank you.